My name's Councillor Andrew Johnson. I'm the Cabinet Member for Resources for Wolverhampton City Council, and as such I'm responsible for the Council's finances. I want to share with you something of the really serious financial challenge that faces Wolverhampton City Council and the services it provides to the public. The government have been making huge spending cuts which would have been inconceivable a few years ago. We're facing a cut of 7.1% in our government grant in 2013-14, and we are projected to face a 9.5% cut in 2014-15. Just to give some indication of how unfair these cuts are for the people of Wolverhampton, since 2010, that amounts to a reduction in spending power per head of population of a staggering £203 each. And then if you want to compare that to Wokingham in Berkshire, which has nothing at all in common with Wolverhampton except the first two letters of its name. Wolverhampton is the 20th most deprived city in the whole of England. Wokingham is the second least deprived. As compared with Wolverhampton's cut per head of £203, Wokingham has suffered a cut of just £26.50. How can that be fair? What the government cuts mean is that over the next 5 years we are projected to have to save a further £59.2 million, and that is after we've already made savings of £38.6 million during that 5-year period. This is an absolutely staggering sum of money, and it means that almost £100 million will have to be taken out of what the council spends over the next 5 years. I've described to you something of the huge and almost insurmountable budget challenge that the council faces as a result of the government cuts. It also forms the background to the budget consultation that we're currently undergoing and the necessity of making sure that we have a medium-term financial plan for those 5 years that will continue to deliver essential services while also delivering those savings.
Hello, I'm Simon Warren. I'm the Chief Executive of Wolverhampton City Council. And a question we often ask is, what exactly is the council for? Well, it's here to make Wolverhampton a better place to live, to work and to raise your children. And we do that in a huge number of ways by delivering a large amount of different services which touch the lives of each and every one of us throughout the city. And we do this through our 3 directorates. That's the Delivery Directorate, the Communities Directorate and the Education and Enterprise Directorate. And now my 3 colleagues will introduce some of the services that they deliver every day.
I'm Sarah Norman. I'm the Strategic Director for Community at the Council, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the work of the Community Directorate. Well, the Community Directorate is responsible for a wide range of services that all support the health, well-being and enjoyment of people across the city. This includes services for very vulnerable people in the city, including looked after children, families who are struggling to cope, as well as older people and adults with disabilities and mental health problems. But it also includes other services that support people to enjoy and keep well and have a physically active lives. This includes the city's leisure centres like Aldersley Village and the Burt Williams Leisure Centre, newly opened about 18 months ago. It includes parks where people can get out and enjoy the lungs of the city, as we sometimes call them, where we've now got a range of outdoor gyms that people enjoy. It includes things like libraries and the youth service, which are all important to people's well-being and enjoyment of life. We also provide services to other people who need support to live independently and in their own homes, including things like telecare and community alarms for people who want that extra piece of assurance, both for them and their loved ones, that they can live independently. We also support children's centres that are very important for parents in the very first years of children's lives. And then through our multi-agency support teams, we support families with older children, perhaps who are struggling to attend school regularly or have some kind of disability or in other ways are struggling to thrive. We support a wide range of services for older people and for younger adults with disabilities. This includes home care for people who need help while they're living at home. We also provide day care for adults who are otherwise isolated and need support to go out and do active things during the day. And for those adults who cannot look after themselves, we also support them in residential care. This is both for older people and for younger adults with very severe disabilities and mental health problems. We are striving to become a dementia-friendly city, and we recognise that this is a growing challenge in the city, and we want to support older people to live as independently and as healthily and as happily for as long as we can. So that's a little bit about the work of the Community Directorate. I'm now going to hand you over to Mark Taylor, who's going to tell you more about the Delivery Directorate in the Council.
Hi, my name's Mark Taylor. I'm the Assistant Director of Finance, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the services of the Delivery Directorate. The Delivery Directorate is at the heart of the Council, providing the administrative and support services of the Council. Whilst these aren't visible to the general public, these are essential to the smooth running of the rest of the Council. So behind the scenes we provide HR, finance, IT, legal, as well as providing support to councillors and also arranging the elections and electoral registration. You're more likely to be familiar with some of the other things that we do, like keeping the streets clean, keeping the highways repaired and maintained, or gritting the roads in winter. We also provide car parking within the city centre, as well as our hometowns such as Bilston and also Tetnall. We also collect your recycling and empty the bins and then dispose of that waste. And we also provide the tips within the city. In addition, we provide the markets, the one in the city centre, as well as Wensfield and also at Bilston. We also maintain the council's open spaces and parks. We also provide the registration service for births, marriages and deaths, as well as the crematorium and also cemeteries. Delivery is also responsible for customer contact services, so the reception facilities at the Civic Centre and the call centre City Direct. So that's a flavour of what we do within the Delivery Directorate. So now I'm going to hand you over to Tim Johnson from our Education and Enterprise Directorate.
My name's Tim Johnson. I'm the Council's Strategic Director for Education and Enterprise. The directorate I'm responsible for is focused around regenerating the city. And what we mean by that is about enhancing the number of job opportunities in the city and ensuring that Wolverhampton people are best equipped to get the jobs. So for example, this means looking at how we redevelop the city centre, how we capitalise on the investment that's coming into the I-54 with Jaguar Land Rover, but also working with our schools and with our skills providers, college and university, to ensure people in the city have the right skills they need to take advantage of the future. Some of the other things that we do in the city are about looking at its longer term, how we plan for it, how we ensure we've got a transport infrastructure which will support the city moving forward, but also making sure that the city works on a day-to-day basis, so keeping people safe and healthy through things like effective trading standard services, and also looking at how we provide a housing offer for the city, making sure there are housing opportunities for people looking to come into the city, working with Wolverhampton Homes to make sure that existing stock in the city is improved. One of the other things we're involved with is ensuring that the city is an attractive place to live and to be. So for example, we run some of the civic facilities in terms of the civic halls and other things that all contribute to making Wolverhampton a good place to live and visit. In delivering the regeneration of the city, we need to develop effective partnerships. So we have partnerships that work at a city level, working with our sort of key partners in the city who have similar aims, but also developing effective neighbourhood partnerships, working with local communities so they're able to shape and influence the future of the communities in which they live.
Thank you for listening to our presentation on the budget challenges facing Wolverhampton City Council and the essential services that the council provides to the public. Now really it's over to you, because we want to hear from you. What are your priorities for the council, and what are your priorities for the council spending the reducing amount of resource that it has available to fund public services?